Pacific Daylight Time. Fog and flight visibility less than 1 mile. Strait of Georgia, north of Nanaimo. Gale warning in effect. Wind southeast 5 to 15 knots, increasing to southeast 20 to 25. Early this morning, diminishing southeast 10 to 20. Early this afternoon, except southwest 25 near Calico Beach today. Wind southeast 20.
Morning. So we're just out here on the 3rd hour of breaking on the engine. Got an interesting sort of I don't know, 8 knot easterly again, which is interesting. Yeah, some nice little waves being kicked up, and as you can see behind me, I've got a I don't know if I can pick it up there. It's a rainbow over my shoulder. If you can pick it up, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's all good. It's a beautiful morning. I've got a little tiller handle that I've put on as an extension to get my weight forward on this boat, which is kind of nice. It does make the distribution the weight distribution a little easier, and it also makes just getting out of the hole a little bit easier. I ordered the perma trim, so it is on its way, and I'm still getting a lot of cavitation on the boat, but yeah, it's all good. It's beautiful out here this morning again. I think the rain's coming in a bit, so I've prepared for it. Got my dry bag, VHF, shout out to Rod Pendlebury for helping me get my mind wrapped around that properly, which I really appreciate. In any event, beautiful. I've kind of gone slow here a little bit. I've gonna do some anchoring exercises here this morning. I don't really know. I mean, I'll sort of turn the camera around. I don't really know. Like, I know there's a sandbar down here. I'm kind of at Tower Beach now, or just about at Tower Beach, but I don't really know how deep it is here. The guy at Bridgeport Marine Bridgeview Marine was looking for, he said about 40 feet is kind of the max I would need it, so I don't know. I want to go slow and try to figure that out, but yeah, I mean, it's cool in that I get sort of proof in the yeah, proof of concept here, because I'll show you. If I allow the travel for the wind to just pick up on these, to pick up on the water, you get these beautiful rollers here. So this is the whole idea behind this boat, is to get more access to more parts of the downwind wave. Like, I really need to be able to tap into a little bit more of a rolling wave here, and you can see it's mini, but it's perfect, right? Like, whereas if I'm just sort of, you know, fishing off of Jericho, I kind of get what I get out there, and it's you know, it's tricky. I mean, most times it's practically flat water, and again, I mean, this is the whole thesis around the boat, is to be able to get out into spots where where that rolling swell is peaking a little more, and again, I mean, you can see here with this sort of side swell, I mean, this is kind of what I'm looking for. I mean, albeit I probably needed about 2 or 3 times bigger to get a proper downwind foil in, but you know what, like, I mean, this is only 7 knots right now. Like, it's not a lot. I mean, I do have the tide going in, so it will create a little bit more of an outflow, so maybe that's why it's kicked up. But again, I mean, that variable, that change in variable, between the wind, the tide, and any sort of wind swell, I guess, that is kicked up is kind of what I'm looking for. I'm trying to like I'm trying to sort of pair those 3 variables together, and when they do, I found, just even being off of Jericho and Locarno, that it is like the foil's just a completely different animal, because instead of it getting up and feeling resistance, I'm getting up and it's just stable, and I'm able to float along, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to surf it. So anyway, there's a wave tower over here I want to check out, pull the boat around and just see what happens to this swell as it wraps around the UBC point. Exactly what I was thinking and hoping was going to happen here has. So yeah, as the swell kind of comes down, and wraps around this point, it starts to build and just basically pushes off. So it's just hydrodynamics, right? Like, you know, these kinds of waves are exactly what I'm looking for, this sort of backing as it pulls, and sort of, you can see it here. So yeah, I mean, this is proof of concept right now, which is really killer. Like, I didn't know when I you know, bought the boat that I was gonna get this, because nobody's doing this, right? So like, I had a little bit of a leap of faith, but it feels pretty cool to, like, yeah, be able to just have proof of concept in terms of what it is I'm trying to do. So the next step here is to try to get a little bit of a plan around how I'm going to carry the board and foil. I'm a little, I don't know, I mean, having a, you know, wing, you know, rated eye level, bouncing around on the water and on, you know, in the wind sounds like a really bad idea. And plus the mast will get in the way of my my handle and my kicker handle here. So I think I'm gonna have to rig up on the boat after I anchor, which is okay. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's just, it's a little, yeah, it's a, you know, those bolts are a little finicky, so the risk is that I would drop it. But I mean, I got a little bit of room here in my little galley on the Cat that if that were to happen, I would have catch it. But anyway, I mean, I'm just kind of exploring. I want to go slow. I do want to try to anchor here, so I'll probably cut out and then anchor the boat and just sort of see how she goes. But again, I mean, I'm stoked on this sort of proof of concept. I mean, this is exactly what, again, this is exactly what I was hoping to see. This, you know, these rolling seas, which, you know, again, there's only like a 7 or 8 knot wind right now. So if I pair that with the tide is like I say, I think I'm gonna have some fun, which is really great. So anyway, I'll sign off and then I'll anchor and I'll report, see how she goes. Hey, so I was able to get an anchor down, and it's reasonably stable. It's not, I don't know, I'm not like, no, that's not bad. That's not bad. I was wrestling with it for a bit, but it looks as though that I was able to get a decent sort of grab with that sort of sand anchor, so that's decent. And so it's sort of arrested the boat right where I kind of want it. And again, the idea would be to anchor here and then to put down, yeah, sort of foil in here, and then when I'm done, pack up and then jump on the boat and away she goes. So that's kind of the deal. But I got a reasonable anchor here. I mean, it's not bad, it's not the best. I might have to upgrade to that heavier anchor. Yeah, and I'm just replaying the conversation I had with the Bridgeview Marine guy. So I think that, yeah, I think that I might have to take his advice on that. But in any event, proof of concept here, which is pretty cool. And then we got a little, you know, beautiful sort of monkey's birthday kind of thing, where there's rain and sunshine. So I can tell you, my gear is pretty solid, man. I've got my 4.3 on today, booties, and I've got this sort of overland jacket, which is a weatherproof jacket. Yeah, so there's, yeah, so nice and protected. Yeah, I don't feel that bad in terms of warmth. I will probably, yeah, I really want to sort of, you know, get in front of that over gear for the temp, because I can tell you, man, it's pleasant on the boat now. You know, with a, you know, 12-degree day, 8 degree or 8 knot wind going on. So yeah, I can really see that it's going to get cold on the boat pretty quick. But in the event, it's really lovely now, and just wanted to say all good. So yeah, proof of concept in terms of the positioning of the boat. The anchoring process is all good. We got a nice little tether up here. So yeah. So just a touch of an update here. I've been sitting here for probably 15 minutes, testing my my anchoring system, and yeah, I'm reasonably happy. I've moved probably, I don't know, 10 feet maybe, which just means that the anchors is sort of slipping against the sandbar. But with this kind of wind and this kind of swell coming at me, 10 feet in 15 minutes is not bad. I mean, I think that and that's with me on the boat. So I think that, you know, with that extra weight, it'll create a little more slippage. So I think with just the boat, I think we're good. So Anyway, I mean, you know, obviously this kit is going to be a good amount of, you know, just sort of trying something and then backing off, or trying something different. I mean, it's going to be a lot of sort of, yeah, sort of trial and error, I guess. But yeah, all the while, this is just a big win here. I mean, I'm just proof of concept is what I mean. So anyway, pretty stoked. Yeah, lovely to be on the water, of course. I've got my VHF and radio, so I'm bouncing to Bonnie Raitt at the moment. It's quite mint. I have to try to figure out how to try to get some decent music on it. Although Bonnie's mint, but let's face it, it's very 1993 or whatever. We'll see in a bit.